Hey guys, this is SoFlo Josh and I'm over here at Mini of South Miami to review this 2025 Mini Cooper S for y'all. With that being said, let's go ahead and get out to the exterior of this all new generation Cooper S. So the Mini Cooper is completely redesigned for its all new generation. Now this still resides on the exact same chassis as the previous generation, and that's why it looks so similar to that of the previous generation. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the front end design. Now over here, we drop it down low, you can see this all new grille design up here at the front. You have these little dots across the top, which is for the S trim. You see that S badge over there. Right here in the middle, you have a colored section off the middle, which I know a lot of people didn't like, but I actually particularly like, especially in this beautiful ocean wave green that we see on this model. This is the actual promo color that we saw when they revealed the new Cooper. Right there off the middle, you can see you have your safety sense right over there, which is going to be for the pedestrian detection, your active cruise control, and other features as well. Behind that, you actually do have active shutters for that 2-liter turbocharged engine, which we'll talk more about the specifications about that. Dropping it down over here, you do see your parking sensors that are up here in the front, and you do also have parking sensors at the rear. Now you do have a also black plastic cladding up at the front for the Cooper S model, and I actually like the way it's designed, especially with this favorite trim that has that gold trim across the side, and the Mini logo also gets that gold trim as well. Over here at the headlights, you can see that is a new full LED headlight design, but it still carries over that traditional circular design compared to that of the new Countryman, where it's more of a rectangle, not rectangle, but squarish design language. You do have your derails up in the top and the bottom with a new LED light there, and you do have a cornering lamp there. This whole light here will also turn into a turn signal whenever you put your turn signal on, which actually will show you really quick. So as you see, turn signal completely turned on and it wraps around, which looks really nice. It's an amber style, which I actually love. With that being said, let's go ahead and continue talking about the overall exterior design. Getting over here to the side profile, as you see, not a whole lot has changed with the side profile compared to that of the previous generation. You do get your black plastic cladding all around the wheels, which looks absolutely nice, and your side sills. You do have a gloss black for the door handle, and finally Mini is incorporating the belt line gloss black. Instead of you having to purchase it from an aftermarket, it's going to be coming standard on the Cooper S. You also do get your blacked out A-pillar right here and your C-pillar around the spoiler as well, which looks really nice. This trim level also has the white roof with the panoramic sunroof. This looks very nice. I like the overall design. It's actually changed compared to that of the previous generation, and like I was mentioning, 360 degrees camera, so wave hi to everybody who's going to be in your blind spot whenever you're backing up. Rims. These rims look absolutely amazing. These are the 18-inch rims, and these are Pirelli wheels. These are the summer tires. As you can see, they are really nicely designed. They have an aluminum slash gloss black design with these little indentations around them, which kind of makes the car look like it's in motion even when it's standing still. I mean, look at the overall profile. It looks really nice. I like these rims with this model, and like I said, ocean wave green is this color, so it's an all new color for the Cooper S. Getting to the back, as you see, they actually changed a lot with the back design. We now feature full LED tail lights with turn signals, and these actually can change on the fly with a button pressed in the interior. So right now it's actually with the Union Jack design as we've seen in the past. This will actually be your turn signal right here. Your reverse light is actually down here with this nice gloss black design, but the styling is actually completely new for this exterior. Rear end, you got Cooper spelled across the back. Now it looks like this is more like put into the trim level right here. It's a gloss black, so the S and the Cooper badge have that design, and then you have your Mini logo up here on the top. But overall, the design of the rear has gradually changed, as well as the front design. Not so much the rear. I kind of see that the door looks very similar to that of the previous generation, and I would kind of say that even this section and maybe, yeah, actually this whole side right here, this whole side profile looks exactly the same. The only difference is that you get an all new, you know, mirror design compared to that of the previous generation. Let's go ahead and look into the trunk space over here. Opening it up, it is not a power tailgate. Most people already know that, you know, it's a small car, so why even offer a power tailgate? You have a tonneau cover over here, lined in felt, and then down here, as you can see, my backpack fits pretty nice over here off to the side, but not a lot of space. I mean, it is a Cooper model. Mind you, this is the 2-door version. There will be a 4-door version that will be coming out, or 5-door version, my bad. This is a 3-door. So you might get a little bit more space, but then again, the previous generation, if we're going based off of the previous generation, not really. And then over here, you do have more storage down here, so you could fit more stuff like the bag I have in my hand. And you do also have a mobility kit right over here off to the side. Very straightforward design, like it. I like that it's still small. It's nothing too big like the Countryman. Now I do like the Countryman. If you want to see my video, you can go ahead and check that out on my channel, which actually I love the new Countryman, but I still love the overall design of this 3-door style. It still stays true to the original Mini Cooper. So let's go ahead and get into the interior. The new interior is, you know, drastically different compared to that of the previous generation. We do have new recycled material all across the dash over here. It is it's a cloth styling overall, but as you see, it's brand new. It's gonna mimic that of all of the other Mini vehicles overall. The only difference is, compared to the Countryman, you don't have this strap up here in the front, and you also don't have this houndstooth styling over here on the dash. Now you do get ambient lighting, so you'll get ambient lighting underneath here, underneath the door cards right here, and you do have the projection from the rear over here that will go over here to the cloth material up in the front. So getting into the door panel, again, once again, very nice material. You do have a new door handle design. You actually do have your new unlock and lock over here. Window switches over here. You have your mirror, you know, change over. Looks really nice. I mean, it is, you know, hard plastic over here, but this over here is a little bit soft and padded. You have this nice little design over here that mimic that of the wheels on the exterior, and the main center of event is this all new steering wheel that has this nice strap that mimics that of the one up here on the dash. Looks really cool. You have all the controls over here, and you get this new 9.4-inch touchscreen display that will house literally everything. You have dynamic modes that you could switch to. You can change the core, green, vivid, timeless, balance. Now this is only a front-wheel drive chassis, actually a front-wheel drive model only. You cannot get an all-wheel drive for the Cooper as of right now. Only the Countryman will be offered with that, and soon to come out the all-new Aceman that will be coming to America probably in the next 2 to 3 years. Right up at the front, you do get a heads-up display, which actually I believe it comes standard with this model, and the same, you know, design is actually featured from the previous generation. Unlike the Countryman that actually has a powered, you know, shade, it's actually a manual one for the front and for the rear. I kind of wish that they would have incorporated a automatic opening one, but I understand why they did it, you know, to cut costs, and they wanted to keep it the same as the previous generation. Down here you do have your switch gear to put it from park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Now this is a 7-speed DCT for this model compared to that of the previous generation, which was an 8-speed automatic transmission. Your engine start stop right there, experience modes, and your volume knob right there. You do also have these little hotkey section right here. If you press that, we can go ahead and go into the dynamic chassis control. We can change certain things like the auto start stop, the drive off support, and then the automatic hold. And then you can also change the lane departure and safety senses that you have, which this generation does come with the blind spot detection. The previous generation did not have it whatsoever, so finally now they incorporated it. Even though it's a small vehicle and technically you don't really have a lot of blind spots within this model, I would say that it's a added feature that is much needed for this model. I know a lot of people have been complaining about that for the previous generation. Why hasn't Mini done it? Even when they did the refresh, why couldn't Mini have done it? But now they finally incorporated that. We do have the Harman Kardon speakers up over here. You have your tweeters, you have your speaker grills all around, even the back over here as well. You have a tweeter and you have a speaker over there, which is going to be great. Down here you do have your cup holders, you have your wireless charger right there. Opening this up, you can put stuff in like snacks or your keys whenever you're driving. 2 USB type C's right there, a nice 12 volt right there as well. Nice dash layout. I do like the ventilations in this car compared to that of, you know, the BMW X1 and the X2. I kind of don't like the way that's designed. At least, you know, with Mini they're actually changing it up depending on the model that you're getting, which is actually pretty cool compared to the X1 and the X2. They look basically identical. So let's go ahead and open this here. As you see, damped glove compartment over here, but it's not lined with felt, unfortunately. And this area actually cannot slide forward or back, which is very unfortunate. If anybody wants to see what the window sticker looks like, the overall price comes out to a total of $38,295, which that includes, I believe that includes the destination charges as well, which is going to be $995. As you can see, 7-speed dual clutch transmission. You have the favorite trim that gives you the 18-inch rims. You can choose white roof, mirror caps, headliner, and the, you know, cloth material as well. John Cooper Works sport seats. With the sport seats, let me show you really quick what they look like. So these sport seats are the new JCW ones that we'll see in the actual JCW of the Cooper. They haven't fully revealed the JCW one yet, but you do have a fixed headrest over here that's nice soft padded, as well as down here you do have it, you know, perforated over here with that Mini logo right there in a cloth finish, and you have this nice little strap across. I like the way that Mini is incorporating so many different materials across the dash as well as the seats. These are very, very soft. These bolsters feel very nice overall, and you do have an automatic seat over here with presets with this version that you got. I think this is the Comfort Plus. If you choose the Comfort Plus, you can actually go ahead and get the automatic seats. So let's go ahead and talk about the back. Now, as you can see, when you have the automatic seats, you fold that over to the top and it will slide automatically, so you can go ahead and get into the rear. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult because I am 6 feet tall. Actually, you know what? That was pretty easy. I'm kind of surprised. So as you can see, it then slides over here and it can feel exactly, actually no, yeah. So automatically it noticed, hey, there's somebody behind this seat. Let's go ahead and move up a little bit so they feel more comfortable. With that being said, I barely have any kind of leg space right here. I am 6 foot tall, so I am touching the back, but as you could see, there is an indentation, so it's going to be great. There's a nice padding over here, so it's not, you know, a hard plastic like this over here on the top section right here, but as you can see, the seat can go all the way back over here and basically practically no leg room. So this would be great for, you know, maybe a child seat. If you want to go ahead and put a child seat, you do have the ISOFIX right over here as well, which is great. Like I was mentioning, your speaker system, and you also do have your tweeters right here. And if you want to, so you don't have to hear all the ruckus of your seats, your seat belts, you can actually put this in the holder right there, which I'm going to actually do, so then whenever we're driving in the video, you guys don't have to hear the constant rattling of a seat belt. Over here we do have one single cup holder, so if any kids are sitting back here, they're gonna have to fight over it, or they're gonna have to rock paper scissors shoot, you know. But these seats feel very nice and soft, so anybody who's sitting back here is going to feel very comfortable. As you can see, the headrest is right there. They do eat up into the visual, like the vision out the rear from the rear window, but putting it down would be very easy if you went ahead and did it the way I did instead of doing it the most complicated way. So let's go ahead and get back over to the front. Now, even though I have a panoramic sunroof, let me go ahead and tell you the headspace. 6 foot tall, sitting upright, I have probably 0.2 inches, so anybody who's a little bit taller would have an absolute headache to sit back here. All right, so getting out is a little bit tough for somebody who's 6 foot tall, but the majority of the time you're probably going to want to put somebody who is a child back there. And one thing I want to show you really quick, you can put the seats back down at the rear by just pressing up on here and folding it like that. Now it's not completely flat, so you can't fit a lot of things correctly in here, like something like a TV or something like that, unfortunately. But you can at least put the seats down. And as you see, this headrest is still up, so that means that we can't actually put the seats down because of the way the front seat passenger is actually done. So putting it back up, you're actually gonna have to go over here and open it. Let's let that slide forward. Let's go ahead. Perfect. Right off the bat, pretty easy. Let's go ahead and lower this trunk. You can almost do it one-handed if you throw it down hard enough. But the overall design looks really good. Headspace up in the front. Now mind you, I don't have it at the lowest, so let's go ahead and lower even more. Give you that go-kart feeling whenever you're driving it. Makes you feel like Max Verstappen. Headspace wise, with this panoramic sunroof, like I was mentioning, you are probably gonna have, at 6 foot tall, I have roughly right now, I want to say about 2 inches of headroom space left. So if I wanted to go ahead and raise it up just to get a little bit more view out the hood and the front end, I have roughly about, a little bit of half of an inch of that, so probably 1.5 inches of headroom space. But let's go ahead and drop it down low because that's how I like driving my go-kart car. So before we head out and take it out for a drive, let's go ahead and check underneath the hood, pulling it twice just like every other Mini or BMW. And let's check out this 2.0 turbocharged 4-cylinder that comes in this model. The Cooper S gets a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now this is a twin scroll turbocharged engine, and this makes 201 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. Now you can only get it in the front-wheel drive variant. Even the JCW will not come with an all-wheel drive variant because of the chassis of this one. It's not quite like it of the Countryman or the Aceman, and that's why we're only having a front-wheel drive chassis overall and the driveline. With that being said, let's go ahead and take this vehicle out for a drive. So now we're down here on the main level. Let's go ahead and put it into drive, which is very straightforward. All you need to do is just toggle down, and that's it. Let's go ahead and take it out to South Dixie. So like I said, the chassis for this generation hasn't changed at all. The exterior design has changed and the interior design, so that's where you're going to see a lot of the differences when it comes to this all-new Cooper generation. The sports tuned suspension is actually changed a little bit compared to that of the previous generation, so you are going to have a little bit of difference with dynamic whenever you're driving this model. But as you can see, very quiet interior, not too loud. Usually you're gonna, when you hit about 50 miles per hour, you're gonna hear a lot of wind noise over here from the front A-pillar, which is actually pretty typical for a Countryman or even a Cooper, all in all. So we're actually gonna put it into sport really quick, which is go-kart mode, and we're gonna take it out to this road over here off to the side. Let's go ahead and take it out. Oh, this feels really good. It actually hangs out that rev range with that 7-speed DCT, and it grips super good. That go-kart feeling is still there for this generation, and it just feels really good. The overall dynamic chassis control of this vehicle, even taking it around that bend, feels absolutely amazing. Wow, this car still feels super fun to drive. I remember I kind of actually wanted a JCW back in the day, and there's one thing I regret, is probably getting a Mini, and I kind of missed that action by getting a JCW with the night package, which was really cool. I loved that it had the 3 doors, but it feels really good. The overall chassis control of this model feels very fast-paced. You feel that transition in those curves. It goes into those turn-ins whenever you are changing from corner to corner, and that's such a great thing about this Countryman. I love the overall design and the styling and the package of this new Cooper compared to that of the previous generation. Taking it back over here to the main road. very fast, you know, nice shifts when you have it in the sport mode. And over here, like I said, that nice touchscreen display, 9.4 inch touchscreen display compared to that old 8-inch display, which was just horizontal. It didn't look that good. I really did not like that kind of display. I like this overall display, and this is a Samsung OLED display, so you're gonna have nice flush design OLED. And actually, so far from what the lighting looks like, it doesn't look like it glares too much, which is great. But there is going to be a lot of fingerprints because, you know, we don't have the scroll wheel anymore with this generation. It's going to be completely touchscreen. Let's go ahead and change it to maybe the timeless one. I do like that you can change it over to the timeless, so this gives you that classic Mini Cooper vibe that the 1960s had with this nice huge display. I also do like that they went back to the original Cooper and actually had the engine start stop over here at the, you know, the front. You could just change it on and off right there, and you have your mode selector right here. Just, I love the way that Mini has just added so much of that oldness into this new modern generation of the Cooper. With that being said, let's go ahead and stay quiet, and let's go ahead and take it around these bends so you can hear how it sounds. As you can hear, you're gonna hear a lot of the wheels. Now these are summer tires, so that's typical of them being, you know, heard in the interior. There's not a lot of insulation compared to that of the Countryman. The Countryman had a better insulation, and that's because that is more of like a family vehicle. This is more of like, you know, you're young, you're single, you want to have fun, you want to hear everything from the exterior. And I will say, this steering for the Cooper overall feels a lot more poised and more in control compared to that of the Countryman that I actually recently reviewed. And I still remember how that steering felt overall when I was driving it. And with this, you know, model, you actually feel, you know, a lot more of the road imperfections, and you feel more sporty overall. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take it up to the second floor and let's finish off this video. So now we're back up here on the second floor, and let's go ahead and turn off this puppy. Let's go ahead and get out to the exterior and give you my final verdict. Now, the Cooper, like I stated, the majority of changes is more so on the exterior and in the interior, not so much the chassis. The chassis is going to stay the same. So that's why this vehicle drives like the previous generation, and it's actually very fun to drive. This is going to be something that's going to be great for the JCW one that's going to be coming out later on. But I like the overall design. I know a lot of people are still going to get used to this new front grille design. I know some people said they don't like it. I, on the other hand, I actually like it. I, you know, would kind of prefer that Mini did a blacked out for the middle section right here after looking at it a little bit more. But I like the grille design. I like the gold accents for the favorite trim. I like that we finally get the gloss black around the belt line of the Cooper, and that's for every single Mini's new products that are coming out. These 18-inch rims look really good with the way that they're designed, with the little indentation and the aluminum finish. And you know, you have so many options to choose from when it comes to getting the favorite trim, the Comfort Plus package. These seats look absolutely amazing. When you get the favorite trim, you do get the JCW style seats, and you also get that Mini logo that is inscribed on the floor over there, which is really cool. What's to beat? I mean, it could be worse. At least, you know, Mini's offering this vehicle still in an internal combustion version. They are offering an EV that will be coming out later on, probably in like maybe 2 years or so for the United States market. But at least they're offering it compared to that of Fiat. Fiat's 500 is actually only offered as a complete pure EV, and I'm actually really happy that Mini went ahead and offered an internal combustion engine for this generation. I think it just looks great. Would I buy one? 100%. I think it just looks great. You want something sporty for the weekends, something small that you can fit into car places. You know, you also don't want to have something that, you know, looks like every other ordinary SUV. Mini is a very unique, fun, energetic design, and I love the way that they've done this generation. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe onto the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.